We are live now. Tribal Chief live, going down. Come on in. Come on. Come enjoy the show. Gonna take some questions. Have a conversation here about C4, Universal Championship, dominating SummerSlam. What else we got? How we're gonna take over SmackDown tonight. So I want everybody to come on in, get comfortable, and we'll get this thing going here shortly. We got any good questions while we're waiting?
A lot of people saying they're a big fan.
Just showing love, acknowledging me. We'll take some time. You can acknowledge me and while we wait for our partners at C4 to join in, and we'll get this thing going. If you do have any questions in the meantime, please. No ignorance, no buffoonery, just good, solid, head-of-the-table questions. We'll take them.
It's a lot of people just acknowledging the champ.
Well, we'll take some extra time for the extra acknowledgments.
Who's your favorite 49ers player? Getting football questions immediately.
Of all time? I don't know. You got to go. Let's go Ken Norton Jr. Jerry Rice. I don't know. Joe Montana. There's so many. So many. It's a dynasty. That's what I'm trying to do. What else you got? Go ahead. Shoot.
How does it feel to beat John Cena twice?
Easy. Felt like a normal day at work. What else you got? Hola.
What's your typical day-to-day look like now that you beat John Cena at SummerSlam?
Same as it was before. It was probably a bigger event for him than it was for me. Sticking to the show up and win grind. You don't just show up and win because you put in the work before you get there. So, as I've said before, you train at a 12, 10 comes easy on game day.
We're just looking for some information from the partners from C4. Let's see.
There's so much traffic going on here that I'm sure that's what's happening here.
A lot of love from India. A lot of Roman Reigns. And here we are.
Yo, man. Roman, good to see you again. It's been a few months, man. Yeah, I had the pleasure of rocking with Roman a few months back when we shot our incredible Ignite Your Fire commercial, and hyped to reconnect, man. But, to my C4 squad, we are sitting here with the one and only Tribal Chief, Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Man, thank you so much for taking the time. I want to start out, man. It's been about a decade since I went to a live event for WWE, and I had the amazing opportunity to sit 10th row this past weekend at SummerSlam. Man, what was that crowd like? What was that energy like, you coming down there and rocking that night?
It was on point, man. It's a little different sometimes because the stadium shows, when you're in a football stadium, it's a little different than being in like a basketball arena, just because the noise travels a little different. There's so much more open air and so much more space. But man, and also when you go on at the end, you're dealing with a crowd who's kind of been in it longer. They can sometimes tire down. So to be able to go out there and energize them back up, get them back into it, get them real loud, it's always a goal. But when you do it, it just makes it so pleasurable. So, but yeah, Vegas brought it. SummerSlam was incredible. We broke records. We made history, and the most important part is we retained. So that's
Yo, I gotta show you, man. after my shoot, I had to go get me my own Universal Champion belt after rocking with you on that shoot, man. I had to have one. So mine ain't like yours, ain't as pretty, but we're doing our best over here. So let me toss in a C4 question. When was the first time you ever tried C4? And what do you think of the product?
Well, I mean, I've been into athletics and training and fitness for a long time. So, I mean, I've definitely tried C4 far before the partnership. And it's one of those deals, too, where, especially when you're in a locker room, that's kind of like, hey, if you forgot, you got any pre-workout, you got anything to help me with some energy, pick me up real quick. And a lot of times, all the guys would always have C4. So I've always been able to, keep tabs on the product. But as far as whenever we came out, with the actual energy drink, like in the can, it was within the partnership that, kind of was the first time being introduced to it. And I'm serious, man. Like it's really good. I'm not just saying that like as a plug or anything. And I drank this stuff with dinner, and I knew I was gonna go back to bed. Going to bed at in like 2 hours. I didn't have anything else to drink, but I was like, man, screw it. I'm gonna drink it anyways because it tastes good. It quenches your thirst. It gives you that, like, especially if you're on a hardcore diet. It gives you that taste, you know what I mean, to where you almost feel like it's a treat, but it's, it's 0 calorie, with great energy and everything to turn on that focus.
Yeah, I'll just hit you with one more with that. What is training for Roman Reigns like? And I'm a crack mine while we get at it, but what's training like for you day to day for Roman Reigns?
I think for me, I have to try to train at like a championship level every single day. You know what I mean? Anytime I step into the gym, to me, it's about my career. It's not just, I take a lot of pride in my health and my fitness, but my actual, means of earning money, it comes from being an athlete, being a world-class athlete and being a world-class performer. So it's tied in. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like business and pleasure. I enjoy being in the gym, but to be able to take yourself to that next level, to train with the proper intensity, to train till failure, to really understand what failure feels like, and to push yourself to that point, consistently. You got to kind of go to a dark place sometimes. You really, be able to just put on the blinders, and just put that tunnel vision in and just really get after it. And, it's not easy doing it every single day, but I try to, at least 5 to 6 times a week, get in there and continually, chase this fitness journey that I'm on.
Heck yeah. Well, got to hop back in. I know the fans want to hear because I felt this way. I'm at SummerSlam, watch you retain the Universal Championship, and then you just hear that music start. Lesnar comes down. What goes through your head?
Why didn't I know about this? That was the first. Yeah, I honestly, it pissed me off, because I take great pride in keeping my thumb down on everything, knowing this business inside and out. We have a special counsel for a reason, being Paul Heyman, to keep me in the loop on every little detail that I need to know. I mean, when you're the face of WWE, these are all the little pieces of information, the facts that you need to know. If a Brock Lesnar has entered the stadium or the arena, that's something that I need to know as the Universal Champion. So I think being extremely frustrated and irritated was the overall initial emotion that I went through. But then you have to go through the process of, oh, it's Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? Like the beast, the multi-time UFC heavyweight champion of the world, the multi-time WWE heavyweight champion of the world, has now entered my vicinity. So anytime, it's like when a bear, you're in the forest and oh crap, there's a bear. You know what I mean? Like things get a lot serious. Like there's a bear running around my camp right now. You have to be cognizant of his presence and what he brings with that. So it wasn't a happy-go-lucky feeling. I can assure you that.
All right, so you guys get out of the you get backstage. You and Paul must have had a conversation. What's going on with that conversation between you and Paul talking about the Brock situation?
Oh, you're trying to break news, huh?
Oh, snap! You know,
Well,
you
I'll tell
know.
you this: we had a conversation. I don't know if you can call it a conversation. It might have been a browbeating that Paul had to take. That was an L that he probably had to deal with that night. We've had, and I don't fancy myself as like, I'm not a hothead. I like to think about things. I like to chew on them and process them and be a smart businessman and a smart competitor at that. With that being said, but I think tonight on SmackDown we'll be able to really dive into all these different scenarios that are possibly on our plate right now. So we have a tricky, path to kind of work through at this point. We're kind of in the wilderness right now. So if you tune in to Fox tonight, watch SmackDown, you'll be able to see us kind of work our way through these turbulent times.
Yeah, I know. And you and the Usos, now the Usos picked up championship too. So you got some interesting things in the family going on. But we'll go a little different direction, man. I know your cousin being The Rock also has an energy drink we won't bring up, but you guys must go at it in the gym a little bit. I want to hear, just one story, you and The Rock going at it in the gym, just crushing each other. What happens if you and The Rock get in the gym together?
Well, I think there's a lot of sweat flying around, and then I think, those are like constants that I think you have to have when you're trying to push the envelope and be the very best at what you're doing. And he's not in the ring, like he used to be, but he still really, I think, is chasing that aesthetic. And when you have a job that requires you on camera to save the world, you want to look like you can save the world. So I think he trains at a very elite level, high level, to be able to secure that for his audience. And for me to be the very best in WWE, to be the Universal Champion, I have to do the same. So the couple times that we've gotten together with our schedules being as busy as they are, I would definitely say there's no lack of sweat flying around, moving some good weight. But to me, there can be a little bit of a clash of mentalities of as far as like how we train and the way we attack it. And I think with the people we work with as well, we just have different game plans. I know I'm not sure. I'm sure he switched up the plan a little bit, but a lot of his training is based off of tempo and time under tension. And a lot of mine is really built off of that intensity, feeling that contraction, that mind muscle connection, and then pushing my body and whatever muscle group I'm training to absolute failure or very close to it within a couple reps of failure.
Hell yeah.
So, very, very like-minded processes, but, I think it's really just based off of taking that intensity to the next level, that world-class intensity when we get in the gym, and being able to focus in and maximize our time because, as you got to be able to time manage. You only get X amount of time in the gym, so you want to take advantage of every second, every minute that you're in there.
Awesome. Few more. You're the WWE Grand Slam champion too. You've earned just about everything there is to earn.
Done it
What's
all.
that feeling like? Yeah, what's that feeling like, man? And how do you just keep pushing yourself to stay on top?
So it's one of those things where I think some people can get complacent with the idea that I've done it all, I've achieved everything that can be achieved. But for me, I'm just chasing that bigger moment. I'm chasing. I've won the titles. I've done just about everything you can do within this business. But I constantly push the goalposts back. That finish line. As soon as it gets really close, let's add 10 more yards. Let's keep pushing it back. Let's keep let's reach for the next level. So for me, it's like a mind trick that I have to play on myself to where I'm never content. You know what I mean? So, there's a lot of days, and that's kind of like a juggling act in its own right because I like to practice gratitude. I like to be thankful for the blessings that I've received and come across. But I think you have to keep that hunger and you have to keep that mentality that you want more. And that's just something that I apply on a daily basis.
Hell yeah. I mean, you know, we love having you over here at C4. You know, and that we just got to thank you, man, because you just embody this product and you embody everything about it. And, you know, working with you on set, man, I watched you go incredibly hard every second. And when the cameras are off, you're going equally as hard, which is fun to watch, man. But I had to plug that in for you, man. But yo, so prior to you walking in, you hear the music hit. What's going through your head? Your music hits. You're coming around the corner through the curtains. What's going through your head?
Just in general, or like for SummerSlam?
I want in general, man. I want in general.
I think you know, I'm just trying to connect to the moment as much as possible. You know, understand the scenario and you know what the night entails and what I'm trying to get across, the emotions and the story I'm trying to tell. But for me, you know, I was saying it this past Saturday in Vegas, like I didn't feel anything. Like, I didn't feel any nervousness. I wasn't even excited really until it was like, oh, like the music hit. That's when it was like the goosebumps came and everything just went to a 10. But I mean, I've done it so much, and I've been in, you know, I've been in WrestleMania main events, and you know, all the way to, you know, touring all over the world and in front of foreign crowds and stuff like that, to where it was, I think I've just been conditioned and in that fire long enough to know just exactly what's going to be asked of me and where I need to take myself. So really it's just about having that focus on the task at hand, what I'm trying to get across, you know, and just preparing myself to take abuse, you know what I mean? Because even when I'm giving out the abuse and I'm the physically dominant one, it still don't feel great, you know what I mean? And these are all miles that are being put on the tires every single night, every single week, every single year for that matter. But yeah, man, I try to just chill out and connect to what I'm trying to do as much as possible. That way, you know, like anything, it's the most authentic version of me when I go out there.
All right, we got a couple more. One good thing is if you're tuning in from C4, Roman's audience, we got a bunch of signed merch, signed posters. Jump over to C4 Energy on IG. I'm Ben times 10, by the way, everybody. Jump over to C4 Energy. Go get some signed gear. But I got a couple more things for you. Then I know you got to get ready for SmackDown coming up here. But a couple more things. Past, present, you could jump in the ring with one person. Who is it?
Man, I've this say Ric Flair. I say the Nature Boy, man. I would really enjoy, you know, being able to go out there and perform with him, and try to push. Rick is unlike really any other performer. We'll probably never have another Nature Boy as far as like the work ethic and the, you know, pretty much doing 5, 6 nights a week, double shots. So he was 2 shows, and a lot of his matches were that 1 hour time limit, you know, so he was going, you know, 2 hours a night. So I mean, he was a beast in his own right. A lot of great stories, just being around, good time, as I'm sure everybody can recognize nowadays. But yeah, I think Nature Boy would be a good time out there in the ring.
Heck yeah. I got two more for you. First one, have you taken a C4 before you jumped into a match before?
Oh yeah, easy answer. Yes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Sometimes,
You know,
well, I'm about to get in my day, I'll smash one, you know what I mean, a little bit earlier. That way, because I mean, there's what 300 milligrams of caffeine, so it'll get you going. It'll turn your brain on.
that black can's gonna get you going. That ultimate with 300 milligrams. All right, my
It's
last
going
question.
to turn on.
It's gonna turn on. My last question before I let you go. SmackDown. What do we have? You know, we're gonna tune in. What are we gonna get to see?
I think we got to get into a lot of answers, man. I don't want to give anything away, but this will be another show that's dominated by me and my family, the Bloodline. But there's definitely some major problems lingering over our head right now with Brock Lesnar, and who better to confront and who better to get down to the bottom of these questions than with Paul Heyman, my special counsel. So, you know, and that's the beauty of SmackDown is we could do this all behind closed doors. We could probably have them come in here and get to the bottom of it, but why not? Why not utilize a great platform in Fox and WWE SmackDown and let our audience take that ride with us? So it'll be as it's been for the past year now, a tribal chief and bloodline dominated show tonight.
Awesome.
And the hearts
I
are
got one
going
last
nuts.
thing
I
for you
just
for
saw
this.
all the hearts.
Hey, absolutely. I got one last thing for you, and then I got to get you on your way. Can I get you to crack a C4 and give me a little cheers?
Yes, sir. Which one are we going
Let's
with?
crack one. Come on. Come on, man. You're an ultimate, man. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Yo, to a big night, to the Universal Champion. Let's do this.
Cheers.
Yo, guys, from the C4 squad over here. Roman, thank you. You've been nothing but incredible as a partner. We're super thankful to have you. And there's so much more fun stuff on the way. I think we at C4 here have some things up our sleeve that sometimes super soon. And thank you again, man, for taking the time. And we'll connect again soon.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man.
Have a good one, guys. Peace.